Welcome back to Perspective here on Arise News. One of life's biggest challenges can be starting over, especially when we feel it's too late to do so. But as they say, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Rosalind Umar, a 73-year-old fitness enthusiast, gained viral fame showcasing her impressive gym routines, including weightlifting. At the age of 50, this same woman was diagnosed with arthritis. She had 4 knee surgeries, engaged in various gym activities, and swam regularly for 15 years. Then she got complacent and started experiencing weight gain and health issues. Then at the young age of 71, her husband registered her at the gym, reigniting her commitment to fitness and health. Today, at 73, she's as fit as a fiddle. That is why it's my utmost pleasure at this point to welcome this great human being to Perspectives. Great to see you, Madam Rosalind. I mean, your story is very inspirational. But I remembered you spoke about this arthritis and the pain that you went through. Can you take us through that journey? Because you were quite relatively young at 50 when you had it.
Yes, a lot of women get to menopause from about 49, 50.
Does menopause play a role with arthritis?
It's the main thing because your estrogen level drops dramatically. Okay. And that's when, at least for women, some men do have arthritis too, but mostly women. And the minute I became menopausal, my knees, arthritis.
You said it was even deformed at some point, or looked deformed.
Yes, because it was there. I had it for so long, and for me to find the most convenient way to work meant putting all my weight on one leg, and at a stage, for most people, either you now have knock knees or you have bow legs, and I became bow-legged, and it wasn't attractive. I was always wearing long gowns like bubus or Iro and Buba or George wrapper to cover my legs because I didn't like how bow-legged I now became.
But you said there was even a time that you were on the wheelchair.
No, I wasn't on a wheelchair, but I was always in a lot of pain.
Oh my goodness.
I had to sit straight, I had to put pillows to support my back, and I didn't like climbing up the steps. Even the slightest incline steep was too steep for me to climb, and I had a lot of pains.
Okay, so this your operations. It was the first operation that was now totally successful.
Yes, when I did a number of exercises, the doctor advised me, swim. Do a lot of swimming. I didn't know how to swim then. I learned swimming at 51. Swimming is the most gentle exercise for your knees at that stage. And then do knee strengthening exercises to increase the strength of your hamstrings muscles behind your thigh and your quads in front. But all these were just palliative things to stave off when you can't handle the pain anymore. And you get to an age where if you choose to have knee replacement surgeries, which I chose to have, many women still don't want to.
Why? But you said, but that was a miracle cure for you, wasn't it?
Yes, because it's a lot to do with our culture. And we all fear surgery. Yes, surgery. You can even die, not even from the surgery, from anesthesia or whatever. But then getting into your car and driving back home from any engagement, you can have an accident. And then people say, oh, no, it's not my portion. Some religious belief or the other, or you don't want to go, you don't want to die and be buried. You want to go with your body intact, not spare parts in your body and the rest. So we have this aversion to major surgeries.
But in your case, so after you got your surgery sorted out, you were now okay from 50 to like about 65. You were doing your swimming lessons and what have you. Then you stopped exercising from 65, right? And then all sorts of ailments now started creeping back up.
Yes, because the period when I was in such pain, I tended to stay home a lot. I wasn't socializing. I wasn't enjoying parties. It was difficult for me to dance, so I only attended functions by close family relations and people I really cared for. And because I love reading and playing Scrabble, I came to love solitude, being on my own at home with my husband, because all our children are grown up and out of the house then. And then after my surgery, I found out that I really enjoyed that life of just sitting.
Sedentary.
Yes, the sedentary lifestyle, sitting in my balcony, reading, looking at trees, flowers, and birds. And so I wasn't doing anything, a couch potato, just sitting at home.
Oh, okay. So what made your husband suddenly decide that, you know what, enough is enough, she needs to start?
Each year when we travel to see our children, we both do comprehensive medical checkup. So we did this checkup, and my results were not too good. My BMI, body mass index, my visceral fat level, my stomach, I was overweight, I was everything bad. And my blood sugar level. I've always flirted with diabetes. Each time I add on weight, my blood sugar level rises. I know what to do. Cut that weight down, and you'll be back to normal. But in the process of my flirtation with diabetes, I lost one of my best friends, childhood friends, to complications from diabetes.
Wow.
So I knew the in and out of diabetes.
What are the complications?
It's like a river that has many tributaries. You can get blind from it.
Really?
Yes, you can go blind. You will have heart complications, high blood pressure, then numbness of your feet where you kick against something and really have a bad injury and you don't feel any pain, and then it gets gangrenous, and the next thing, you are amputated.
Yes.
So it has a lot of complications, and I didn't want that in my life. So when we came back, my husband, I keep saying, maybe due to selfish reasons on his part, because I don't keep a maid. I do all the housework, all the cooking.
Up to now?
Yeah, for the last 10 years, I don't.
You haven't had a maid in the house?
And I don't want. The nagging, they make you lose 5–10% of your lifespan. The rice that they, oh yes, I don't care. I do everything in the house.
What about washing of clothes and what?
No, we have a laundry man who does the laundry and the ironing. But the cleaning, the cooking, and I do humongous amount of cooking because I love cooking. That's my hobby. So I do everything in the house, and my husband is just like my last child, an overgrown baby. I do everything for him. So I still say, he's watching this now, and I'm sure he's glowering at the TV, that maybe because he's afraid, if this woman now has diabetes and becomes ill and is not able to do who will be my caretaker? So for his own selfish reasons, because I don't know why he was rushing to the gym to go and enroll me, I didn't send him on any errand. So he went one day when he was going to play tennis and paid for 3 months for a physical trainer and membership.
And the rest, as I say, is history.
That's where we are today.
But when you first started, because don't forget you had been sedentary for like about 10 years. So when you first started, how was it? Because, madam, a lot of people are quite lazy. And just the thought of, I mean, when I'm looking at the video now, I'm looking at what you're doing, even I can't do that, and I'm 60. So when you first started, what was it like at the beginning?
In capital letters, hell.
Are you serious?
H-E-L-L. Because we all have muscles. And there are only some muscles that you use on a day-to-day going about your business. So these muscles have gone to sleep, memory loss, doesn't even remember that it is there to do any work in your body. And then you go and you activate these muscles. Even just walking on the treadmill fast on a steep incline, the next 3–4 days, your calves will be aching. And now we are talking of doing more serious weights because my trainer said no. For your age, those listening, anyone 55 and above, do strength training because you are losing your muscle mass. There's muscle mass loss. And so we have to build it to get stronger for your bone density and for you to maintain a balance. I didn't know that I had no balance. I couldn't stand on one foot, on one leg. So you go to the bathroom, you've had your bath, you want to wear your underwear, and you are looking for a table to hold where you...
Because, to balance.
But if you have balance, You can wear trousers, the whole trousers, without holding on to anything. My balance was 0.
Wow.
So I was lucky to meet a first-class trainer, and he directed me into the right way and said, start with strength training. And the first day, the least weight in any gym in this world, okay, 1 kilo. I mean, these babies that carry 1 kilo. Ours had 2.5 kilos. 2.5 kilos, just step on the stepping board and down. I started hearing siren. I thought I heard ambulance. And then I asked him, he saw within 20 minutes that I was at the end of the road.
But even though you used to swim for a long time, that didn't play any...
Swimming does not develop your muscles. Well, it may develop your top muscles, your torso.
I know those swimmers have
That's
broad
why
shoulders.
they have, because they are moving their hands, so your torso. But the rest of your body, it's weight. When you lift weights, when you squat, there are certain exercises that tone your muscles.
So how long were you in pain for before your body started getting used to?
I would put it 1 month. 1 month in the sense that you are working on different body parts. So you can work on your upper extremities, you work on your arms, you work on your biceps, on your triceps, on your shoulders, your back. So the aches are there. And then a good trainer will tell you, rest that part of your body for a day or two for the cells to regenerate. And then you work on your lower limbs. And then the leg, your thigh.
Wow.
It's as if a gorilla wrestled with you overnight.
Oh my
you
goodness.
wake up and you are looking for the primate that attacked you on the bed. The pain.
But some people also say that weight loss, 80% of it is the food, is your food intake. So at any given time, do you have to change your diet?
As a general rule, food and weight gain go hand in hand. You don't see prisoners who are fat. You don't see poor beggars on the street who are fat. So it's what you take in as a general rule that makes you to be overweight. But there is something again called calorie deficit. If you work very hard in the gym, if you burn a lot of calories, I wear a wristwatch that measures everything I do. And I know my resting calorie, my walking calories, and let's say I burn 2,500 calories, 2,500, no, I can't do 2,500 in a day. Say 200 calories is what you've burnt. And then you eat 1,800. You've burnt more calories than your intake. You won't put on weight.
But there are also those who are naturally big. I don't know, some people say there's nothing as being a naturally fat person, but there are those who actually have those genes. And they work out, but they can never be slim.
But it doesn't mean they are not healthy.
Exactly. I was going to say, so there are some people who are, even though big, are more healthy than people who are actually skinny.
Oh yes. When those people, they are big, a lot of it, and if they are working out, they are big because of muscle development. Their muscles have developed, they are strong, they are healthy. That bigness is not fat. It's fat when you have fatty tissues all over your stomach, your kidney, your liver. That is what is bad.
Okay. We are going on the break soon, Ma, and then we will continue with this conversation. So you can see that this is very interesting. So for those of you out there who are trying to lose weight, it's never too late to start. So we'll see you right back to On Perspectives. Okay. You know, we were talking about food and food intake and weight loss. So when you started this journey, this from 71 to 73, what has been the difference in your weight loss, and why have you kept it at that position?
I was 85 kilos when I started, with a humongous waistline of 40, 41.
Wow.
But like I said, I started strength training, resilient training, resistance training, which it goes with the territory that when you are doing that, when you are developing muscles, your fat melts away. So my automatic benefits from the exercising I was all that excess fat in me was melting off, even though I had not adjusted my diet.
Okay.
I was still eating what I normally would eat, but then I've always been a careful eater. I don't eat recklessly. I eat modest portions, small portions, controlled eating. So now that I'm doing strength training and I'm building muscles, the fat, the waste, all that thing that was like I had a benign tumor in my stomach, it was just melting off miraculously. I couldn't believe it because I couldn't wear any of my skirts or trousers anymore. Everything melted away. And I tell people, you can't do sport training. That is, you come and say, my arms are too big. I want to lose weight on my arms. My stomach is too big. No, you can't lose weight on one part of your body alone. You lose, the whole weight is simultaneous, everything. So my back was getting trimmer. Everything in my body was getting trimmer. But it got to, and I lost about 10 kilos, 10 kilos, because now I'm 75. If I had combined a diet with it, because diet does work. In fact, it's one of the most effective ways to lose weight. If I now cut down on my carbohydrates, rice, starch, pounded yam, eba, increase my protein intake, I would have lost easily 15 to 20 kilos.
Wow.
But I didn't want to because I'm an old woman. And if I lose too much weight, then I now look gaunt. And you see me dusk, not even nighttime. You wonder if it's a witch coming to you. All the wrinkles on my neck, I already have enough wrinkles without wanting to be 67, 65 in weight. I didn't want to. So I got to 75 and made sure that I eat what I should be eating so that I don't lose further weight.
You even said that you haven't eaten in the party in like 20 years.
Yes, because I'm very disciplined. My husband and I, we eat twice a day. And like I said at the beginning of the interview, I'm a gourmet cook. I love cooking. I worked in a Thai restaurant in the kitchen free of charge for 3 months, learning how to cook Thai cuisine. Same with Indian cuisine. Continental cuisine. So I have so much variety of food in the house that, and we eat late breakfast, 10:30, 11, and then dinner. So most engagements you go to, it's in the afternoon, evening, and then you are offered food, however appetizing. I don't eat if I'm not hungry. It's in discipline. Just because you see the food you eat, and if it's so enticing, if it's in your home, I could tell you to pack it in a container and I take it back home with me, maybe have it for dinner or the following day. But my husband and I, we haven't eaten in a party in 23 years.
What time is your last meal for the day?
We try to eat between 7 and 8, but what dictates our eating is our obsession with playing Scrabble. So when we are playing this Scrabble and we are into it, we don't think of getting up to eat food. One, I'm afraid of my husband changing some seeds and cheating on me. He too is scared of what I'm doing. We are both watching each other closely. But even if we eat a bit late, because we stay up late playing Scrabble, so the food would have digested, and we don't eat heavy meals in the night. No, we don't eat heavy meals.
Okay, but you also took up boxing. What's that been like? I've been advised to take up boxing too. I hear it's very good.
It's good. It's a good...
Even for late starters like us.
Yeah, no, you are not boxing to confront Mike Tyson or Tyson Fury.
Yeah, but what does that do for you, basically?
I had more or less 2 sons in the gym. My trainer, who I've already spoken of, Michael Umar, then another Michael Okoli. Michael kept after me. He loved when he got to know that he was in primary school with my twins. And he said, Mommy, why don't you take up boxing and Aikido? It was all alien to me. But after 1 year, with pressure and him loaning me his gloves each time I went there, I took it up. And I'm quite a good boxer, and even though because I'm old, my punches are puny, but I have the technique. I know uppercut, hooks, and I can duck and dodge. My husband joined me. He is a much, much better boxer. But when we started boxing, I could hardly stand 1 minute, because even when you watch boxing bouts, it's 3 minutes you go, you rest, then you come back. For you to box for 3-4 minutes non-stop, you must have good lungs and heart muscles, because it's tiring. It's very tiring.
Okay, that's interesting. But you also said that you can run. I mean, I'm assuming 40-year-olds can run next to you and you won't be last.
I won't say run that much, because the bionic knees, those knees still hurt, surgery or no surgery. So even when I'm on the treadmill, I'd rather walk on a steep incline at a very fast pace. But what I gained in the last 2 years in the gym is I worked on my balance. So my legs and my feet are strong on the ground. If I sleep, I'm not scared of falling.
Even in the bathroom?
Oh, no, I'm not scared. I have very good balance. My balance is such that if my children can't attend their kids' sports day, and grandma, and they say, oh, grandma, can you represent us?
And if there are grandmas, you can beat them hands down. Yeah.
And then they say, parents race, parents come and run. I won't be last.
You won't be last.
I mean, I certainly won't be first too, but I certainly won't be last, because my legs are strong enough that I can run. I can run a fairly good race.
That's good. And how long did it take for your stomach to get to the level that you wanted it?
Within 6 months, all the fat in my body had melted off. Yeah, oh, because I worked very hard. I was going to the gym 5 days a week, 3 hours a day.
Wow.
I was working like I was being paid a salary. A slave driver couldn't have pushed me as hard as I pushed myself.
3 hours a day?
Yeah, even my 47-year-old daughter who works out says, Mommy, what was all that for? What are you trying to achieve? I say, you go with your big stomach. I'm trying to be fit. Now, she doesn't do 3 hours a day. She does 1.5. But I've reduced it. Like I said, I don't want to lose that much weight. So I picked other interests that would still keep me active and fit, but not necessarily make me lose weight.
But do you still go 5 days a week up to now?
Yes and no. My trainer resigned from the gym to set up his own business. And we were his first clients outside, because my husband didn't want to come to work out in the gym. But he has also picked up the habit of using the gym when we travel and our children enroll us in gyms there. So he comes to train us in the house 3 times a week, twice for strength training and workout, then 1 day for boxing. Then on Mondays and Thursdays are the days I go to the gym, because he comes to the club to play lawn tennis. So on the days, because there are certain equipment, we can't fully equip the house. It's very expensive. Those things we can buy, we have at home. So I go to use the gym, but then I started some other hobbies. Like a young friend of mine encouraged me to join the dancing class. Okay. Not to dance at a party, but it's one of the most intense cardiovascular exercise. The same with aerobics. I didn't want aerobics. Some of it is really too harsh for my knees. So I started with them, because they would dance for like 30 minutes. I mean, I could only do 15 minutes, and I was panting. I had to break and all.
Are they vigorous?
Very vigorous. Very, very vigorous.
So there's no shortcut to this exercise thing?
No. Exercise is difficult. It's not fun. It's difficult. You do it, you get to love it. You have your endorphins, you have feel-good hormones flowing in you. You miss not going to do it. You miss when it's raining and you can't go, or something is happening and you can't go. But you are not missing it like... It's almost like an addiction. But you are sort of like a masochist, now enjoying this punishment.
Yeah, I hear it until you sweat, then you now.
But you have that love just because you know the good it is doing for you.
Thank you so much, Madam Rosalind, Umar. You've been an encouragement to me and hopefully to many other people who have watched this program, this episode today. Thank you so much for being with us on Perspective.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Now, the fact that you're a record holder in the Book of Records and play a role in spurring people on, kudos to you. I doff my hat. But regardless of what others achieve, learn to beat your own record from day to day. And although no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending. Stay away from what might have been and look at what can be. And remember, like I keep saying, life is a learning curve. That's all we have time for today. You've been watching Perspectives here on Arise News with me, Ruth Osime. God willing, we shall be back for a new installment of the show next week. Until then, do stay safe and goodbye.